So do you want to get going?
Yeah, I think we can start now.
Brilliant.
Everyone has their things with them.
Perfect. So hopefully this here will work, and if it doesn't, we'll work a way around it. So yeah, it's obviously it's a form of knotting, and it is probably the easiest thing you could take up in lockdown. If you're looking for a craft in lockdown, this is the one. Probably everyone's going to tell you that. But basically you need very little equipment for it. You know, you don't need to start going out and finding fancy pieces of equipment, or, you know, needles and, you know, boards and all sorts of things. So you're literally just using your hands and making knots. It's easier than knitting, and the results are really, really fast, as I say. So I think it came from Turkey or Persia or somewhere like that, and caught on, and sailors then started to do it. And obviously sailors, they'd be bored and they'd be on ships and whatnot, so they got really good at it. And it's come in and out of fashion, and the last time it's been in fashion was kind of around the 70s. And when it was in fashion in the 70s, they tended to use like jute and really kind of coarse material. The stuff that's in fashion now is a cotton rope, so this guy, which you have. You can get them in all different thicknesses. You guys, I did them in 3 mil thicknesses. I'm kind of kicking myself. I wish I'd have done them thicker, but we've done them in 3 mil now. It's good for you just to get going and have a go and see how you get on. So you can get them in 3 all the way up to about 10 mil thicknesses. What do you need? You need a deathly sharp pair of scissors, or a really blunt pair of scissors will do. You need a brush. Well, you won't need a brush today, but if you want to get into macrame, go to your local pet shop and buy a cat comb. And that's used, if you ever see that really beautiful fluffy ends, effect ends, that's what they use. So you basically get in your string and you're combing it and combing it and combing it for a long time until you've brushed out all the strings, and it gets to be like floofy. So that brushed effect is what you do. So a comb. If you don't have a comb, go and find a really nice clean tangle teaser. Because actually that works just as well. I don't know why, but it's really cool. A measuring tape is good, although I have to say I never use a measuring tape. I kind of go, it's about this long. And that's my way through. But if you want to get going, probably a measuring tape would be a good idea. If you want to get serious about it, get yourself a clothes rack, you know, like just a metal clothes hanger rack that you'd get in Argos kind of thing. And another thing that's really handy is S hooks. I haven't got one in front of me, it's way over there. It's literally a hook in the shape of an S, like you might see in a butcher shop, and it's just really, really handy for hanging things up while you're trying to get going. So I should probably just get going, shouldn't I? You guys just want to get going, and that's that. If you get your 6 strings, and we're going to, oh, you know what? Sorry. Before we get going, I want to show you the knot. I'm sorry. I'll show you the knot that we're going to use the most, and then and then you'll be able to get going. So ignore me for a second while I put a lark's head on here. So I'll put my video off so that you can see my hands maybe. So you've got your 4 ropes. You don't need to do anything yet. I really just want to show you a square knot first, because that's what you'll be using for most of the project. So you've got your 4 knots. Can you see that properly? Hopefully there's a bit of shadow there. You get the furthest one on the left, and you make it into nearly like a figure 4 or an L shape. You see that there? Can you see this okay?
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, we can see it all right.
Okay, so you pull it over the first 2 ropes in a little L shape. And your 4th rope, you bring it underneath all of the ropes at the back and out this loop here. Could you see that properly now? I'm gonna go again because I can see Zola, somebody over with Zola Jane laughing their heads off, going, no, I can't see any yet. So you get your rope and you put it into an L shape. And you take the furthest far rope. I'm trying to do this by looking at the camera at the same time. And you bring it underneath and through here. Okay, so through that L. And you pull it tight. You're then going to repeat the process on the other side. You make an L shape on this side. And you bring the furthest rope. And you bring it under those and through this loop. Is that clear as mud or not clear? Because when you pull that tight, you've now got a knot. And that knot there is called a square knot. And that's the most used knot. You'll use 2 knots. If you're going to make most macrame projects, you'll use 2 knots, and that's the one you'll use the most. Was that easy to see, or do we need to do it again?
I think that was okay. I was just wondering, I disappeared for a few minutes. Have we put these on the loop?
No,
yet?
I didn't want you to put them on yet because you need to do a couple of things before you do it, and I want you to know how to do a knot before you start.
That's super. Thanks so much.
If you find out how to do that square knot, then you're flying. But I'm going to give it one more go. Is that all right? And you can tell me if you think you've got it. So you take your left rope over. You take the furthest one back around and through that loop. And then you pull it tight. And then you do the opposite thing. You make an L shape on the far side. And you bring the far loop rope around the back and through. And you pull it tight. And when you pull those two not too tight, you end up with that knot, your square knot. So maybe we'll just start by going ahead and doing the plant hanger, and then you'll see why I was trying to show you the square knot at the start. So if you want to take your 6 strings and put them equidistant at the length of the rope. Now, I'm going to do this string in grey for you so that you can see it better. So you've got your 6 strings, all the whole length, and they're on the ring. You were also given 2 extra pieces, if you remember. Hope you didn't throw them away. With that string, we're going to do what we call a gathering knot. So what you will do is, I'm going to show it on camera, or will it not? Okay, so with your string, you put it to the back of the loop of the 6 strings. Got it? And make a little bit of a loop. Okay, just a hanging down loop. And hold it with your thumb then. So you've now got this loop. Then you're going to just, so you've got this little piece, you've got your little piece sticking out here, and you've got your loop. And all you do then is you wrap this around quite tight, all the way down. How are we getting on?
Can you do it again, please?
Yeah, I can. I'm gonna try and get the camera at a different angle to see can I get it better. Okay, so you have your 6 strings. Oh, I'm so sorry. What way is the bloody camera angle for you? I can't get it to go sideways. Okay. Okay. So you have your 6 strings and you're holding them there. And now you take your piece of loose string that I gave you and put it to the back. But make sure that there's a little bit hanging out at the top. Yeah, like this. Just make sure there's a loose bit there because you're going to be using that to pull later. And then with your fingers, just make a little loop. Right? So now you should have your bit of string at the top and then just a loop there. So you're just making a little loop. Does that make sense? And just bring the string all the way around over that loop. Does that make sense? Is everyone okay with it so far or no? Okay, so just keep doing that all the way down till you have about 1 centimetre of and when you've done it all the way down and you've got like a bit, like this much left, like an 1.5 inches. What you're going to do is okay, so you've tied the string all the way around. Get that piece of string and put it through the loop. Yeah. And just leave it through the loop. Now you get this piece of string that you had at the top and just pull it until it's tight. Mine isn't tight because I was trying to do it loose in front of the camera. Is yours working? Not working?
I got mine to work. Thank you.
Okay, so you should have a piece of string at the bottom that's a bit jutted out and a bit of string at the top that's just jutted out. Now what you're going to do later on is you'll just snip there and there with your scissors. And then you'll use the pokey ends of the scissors to shove it up straight, to poke the rest of it into the piece of work. That's all that you do. So is it lovely and tight? Has everyone got theirs? Who isn't good with it? Is everyone good?
I'm just going to start now because I only just joined. I'm going to try and catch up.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
But that's okay. Sorry, just a second.
That was magical, I thought. Like,
Oh, so cool. I don't know if I did mine tight enough, but I can't figure out how to undo it to do it tighter again.
Yeah, I'm the same. I have one bit that's just kind of not in line, and I'm trying to.
Mine are all even, but I just think that they could definitely be tighter, and I can't figure out how to undo it again.
You can undo it by just
Pulling on that bottom one, is it?
yeah, just tug at the ropes that are around it, and you'll undo it.
Because I've done it. I just don't think it's tight enough. I don't know really what the standard for tightness is.
Yeah, I know.
What if I show you?
Is this extra piece for going around that grey piece?
Yeah.
Essentially. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that sufficiently
You've had
tight?
2 extra pieces. Sorry, I don't know what your name is.
Sean.
John. Sorry, I couldn't see the camera there for a second.
Is that like sufficiently tight?
Does it feel tight when you tug at it, or does it feel a little bit loose?
A little bit loose. I'll redo it.
You could redo it. Sure, why not? And that way, when you're redoing it, we'll help Sean get to grips with doing it again. Sorry, the camera
Thank
is
you.
the best, and I do have a lot of shadow going on with it. So, okay, so we're gonna go again. Use the loose piece of string that we were talking about. Sean, I've got it in grey just so that you can see what's going on. Yeah. And what you're going to do is bring a piece of string up to the top so that there's a little gap here, you know, of string left over, and bring it down your hand. And you kind of use your hand as a guide to make the loop. And just, sorry, very bad in front of the camera. There, I've just literally pinched the rope so that I've got a loop. Do you see? And then all you're doing then is you're going or wrapping around, make sure the loop, this extra fiddly bit of string at the top is kept loose. But apart from that, all you're doing is going around and around the rope until you get to the bottom.
Is it the bottom of the loop or?
Until you kind of run out of rope. Well,
Okay.
you've got about this much rope left.
Okay, yeah.
You know, or a bit. I'm really bad at measuring, you'll get to know that. I'll be like,
That's all right.
6 inches or sort of.
I just hope that my hand isn't too big. And I haven't measured out the loop too large.
Yeah. And if there's any boys here, I could have said, you go down 6 inches or 4 inches. Okay, so if you wound as far as you can go, say you've got, you've got like this little bit of string then left over. After
About 6 loops,
oh, look at
maybe.
you. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. I got a few more. It doesn't matter. I probably did 6 loops. Yes. With the old fiddly bit of string that you have left over, throw it through that loop. That's just going to help to catch it and make it tight later on.
Okay.
And then what you do is you get the fella at the top and you just hug it until it's tight and it like starts pulling all the string through.
Oh, okay.
There it's all starting to go up. Yeah.
Yeah, got that.
Yeah. Now what I'm left with.
Do you pull the first loop, the first string that you had at the back through the loop?
Yeah.
The first bit of string you had sticking out here.
Yeah.
Then you went all the way round and round and round and round and round. And when you sort of ran out of rope here, you bring it through this loop.
Okay, I'm actually doing it wrong. I'll fix it.
Because the little string at the top is the fella you're using to pull the whole thing together. There he is there, see?
My little friend.
Yes. Okay, I'll go back.
But you're doing it again. We're no hurry. Except for Zola's in a hurry. She's like, mine is done and it's gorgeous. Joking.
So there's meant to be like a little loop on the side of mine.
Okay, I'll do it one more time.
Oh, I had to figure it out the first time and then I redid it.
Let's just get rid of this. Of course, then I made my knot lovely and tight on that one. Sorry, I'm just unraveling here to give you one more go. So, where are we? You've got, I'm trying to do this without there being too much shadow. You've got your rope and you put the string at the top, yeah? And then you kind of grab onto it and make, oh, my hand's in the way, and make a bit of a loop. I'm trying to look at my hands and not at the video, so it's really difficult. And you hold on to it And then you start going round and round and round and round, all the way around. And when you get to the bottom, God almighty, just a second, I'll do it. When you get all the way to the bottom, you'll have it. I haven't obviously gone to the bottom on that one. You'll have a loop left over. And you put that end, the piece that's been going round and round and round, you get that end piece and you stick it through the loop. Yeah?
Yeah.
And you go back up to the piece that you had up here at the top. And if you've got it wound nice and tight, which I haven't, when you pull that loop, you can see what's happening there actually with the loop. It's pulling the string all the way through and it's acting as its own kind of guide. It's acting as its own knot. So it's going to pull the string all the way through and make that lovely and tight. You get the
Okay, perfect. I had that right actually.
You did. You had that right on the first go.
On the second go, actually, I had it wrong on the first go, and then I fixed it unconsciously or subconsciously. Okay.
Okay. So, how are we all doing? Good. Okay, so now that means because you've twisted that up, it means you've now got 12 strings, because obviously 6 is 12. So we're going to divide it into 4 and 4 and 4 and 4. Yeah, so you've got 3 4s now. 4 strings and 4 strings and 4 strings. I'll just put these ones away for the moment so that you can see these ones. Okay. So we're going to do square knots on that 4. That's why I was showing you the square knot at the start. Yeah, I've actually written measurements down, but I don't know why. You come down around 10 centimeters. Is that 10 centimeters? Let's pretend that that's 10 centimeters. And we will do, I'm creating my own shadow. Not great. Okay. So we'll go back to what we said at the start. You've got your 4 ropes. Okay, so I've just pushed those ones out of the way and those ones out of the way. We're going to make our knot around here. So we're coming down a few inches. So with the first knot, as we said, we make our little L shape over the first 2. Okay, I'll try and hold it in my hand to show you. Okay, so you're making your little L shape. And then with the 4th rope at the front, this is harder than it looks on camera. It's so easy to do in real life. This is so easy to do in real life. I swear to God, it really is. You get the 4th rope on the far right hand side and push it to the back of those ropes and through the loop over here. Does that make sense? So it's going behind the 2 middle. It's going behind the 2 middle ropes. Does that make sense?
The 4th one on the right, that goes over the L, is it? And then under the 2 in the middle.
No, it goes, okay, just one more go.
Sorry.
That's all right. Show the black background instead of white background. Okay, so we have 4 ropes. Let's leave those 2 in the middle because they're not actually doing anything at all. They're your guide ropes. The one on the left, make it into this nice little loopy fella here at the front of the 2. Yeah? Now get your 4th rope. It goes in front of that L rope. And then it goes behind the 2 ropes in the middle and through that nice L that you created. Does that make sense? I'm really sorry, it's hard to see on camera. Thought it would be easier to see. There, it should look something like that. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yep.
So once you've done that, we're probably going to leave, that's probably, tug it a tiny bit tight, that's probably where we're going to create that first knot. So now you do the opposite thing Move that up so we can see. Now you do the opposite thing. You make the L on this side. So you make the L on here over the first 2 ropes. Yeah. I'm just calling it an L. It's not really an L. I just call it a figure 4 or something. So that rope is going in front of the 2 ropes. And the one on the far left over here is doing the same thing. It's going over that rope. It's going behind the two at the back and going through that loop. And it's the same thing. This sounds very complicated, but once you do it like twice, you'll get it. Is that what it looks like to you guys?
Yeah, mine's looking like that.
Cool. All you're going to be doing now is everyone's looking kind of like that. All you're going to be doing is just tightening up the pulling the 2 together. So it creates a knot. Nice and tight. And by the way, if you do this like off a door handle or something, or like I said, if you can hang it onto like a coat frame or one of those kind of like, then it's easier to do. It's actually much easier. So if you're working vertically, yeah, can you hook yours on? Oh, look at that. That's legend, Sean. That's going to be so easy. Yeah, you're going to be flying doing it with that. Because like technically that's the way you should be doing it. So that's brilliant. You'll fly doing that. So that's what we did, first square knot. Is everyone happy how to do that knot? Or have I explained it badly? I have a picture.
Perfect, thank you.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm holding up.
I'm happy out anyway.
Okay. I don't know if I'm being baby slow. Will you just tell me as well? I just not sure because I'm not like it's hard to know if people are going, oh my god, would you listen to your one? Would you just hurry up?
I know you're doing a fab job. I did scouts for years, so I'm okay with. I'm quite good with knots and stuff.
Oh, excellent. Look, there's a picture as well, in case you couldn't brain with me. So there's your 4. There's the left little figure 4 going over, and the one going on the front, and then it passes here to the back, and then this one goes through. Are we all good?
Mm-hmm.
Yay. Okay. So we were going to do that now. Oh yeah, and then we were going to do. Okay, so we'll come down. I don't know. I have like 4 centimeters there. Yeah, let's come down. What I'm thinking is 4 centimeters. Look, you can measure it if you like, just to prove that I actually have got a measuring tape. Right, so it's, yeah, 4 centimeters is like that much. Right. So we're going to come down again. So we've got. So the loop goes to the front, and this fella goes behind. Yeah. I put my finger in front a lot when I'm doing it. And then you repeat it. You go with your loop on the other side, and then this rope goes behind. You end up with that look again. Yeah. And then you just pull it tight until it creates that knot again. We brought it down a few centimeters where we're creating our second knot. This is easier if you're doing it from the door frame the way Sean is, because like the tension of something tugging against it is much easier. Does that make sense? Now you should have 1 square knot and a second square knot. How are we doing so far? Rubbish. I mean me, not you. Yeah?
All good.
Okay. Then we're going to do another square knot. And this time we're coming down only a tiny bit. I'll show you why in a second. So we've got a third square knot there.
So we do another one, is it?
Yeah,
Not-
third there.
Only a
With
little bit down.
small gap. See the way there's like a little bit of a loop of a gap. Hold on, wait.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, just that much.
Coolio.
Because what we're going to do there is create what we call a picot knot. See, they've loads of lovely fancy names, but like you'll find that most of the time it's all the same blooming knot, like reversed or turned around or done on its side or
Keeping it simple.
honestly, even the complicated stuff is simple or ish, mostly.
It's like anything, I suppose. Once you get the basics down, you can work from there.
Yeah. So now you should have created a third square knot. So that's yeah, 1, 2. Okay. When you've got your third square knot done, all you do is hold the 2 middle ropes and push them up to meet the other guy. And then pull the 2 strings at the side of the tighten it. You end up with these nice little
Loops.
loops.
Very cool. And does it matter how big they are? Mine are like this big.
Yeah, I think that's cool. Something
Okay.
you can poke your fingers through. Nice little loops. Whatever size is okay once you do it the same on 3 sides, you know, because you just
Ah,
side and then you'll have to do the other ones. Once they aren't different sizes and they all look, you know, one's bigger than the other, then that'll look weird.
okay. Okay.
All the same size, they'll look great. So I was keeping this very simple because this is the first plant hanger. And we were going to do one more knot just to keep it pretty.
How far down should we do that?
Same as the first top one, about 4 centimeters or so. About that much. Very technical. Cool. Your last square knot that you'll do then will be about 10 or 12 centimeters down. So that much. I think you have, yeah, I think that will. Yeah, so a good bit down, just a good chunk of the way down, because you don't want your plant getting stuck in all the little bits. So we're just doing square knot again. I'm sorry, I didn't deviate from square knots today because it'd be nice to just have a plant hanger made, right?
Yeah, there's no point in overcomplicating it.
Exactly. Quite hard to do when you're doing it just on the table. So I highly recommend hanging it from somewhere because it's going to be so easy when you do it that way.
How many more knots have we done since the loopy one? Sorry, I was out for a second.
Sorry, and I made a mistake on that last one. Say that again. What was the question?
How many loops have we, sorry, how many more knots have we done since
So
the
you've
loopy
done
one?
one square, another
One more.
square, another third square, which made a picot knot, and then a fourth square.
Oh, okay, grand, yeah.
And then we're going to come down. What we're going to do is instead of doing the straight square knot, we're going to bring, just because we're going to run out of rope, we're going to bring the ones that are on the outside to the inside.
Okie dokie.
And then we're going to do the same thing, a square knot, up, leaving a nice gap of about 10 centimeters. I actually have the one in front of me that we were supposed to do. Hang on. This is how it will look when you're finished. So you'll have a nice little plant hanger. Okay? Oh,
That's so nice.
oh good. See,
Oh,
well,
it's so nice. I was looking at the wrong screen. Sorry.
good. So that's what you're making. So there's your, trying to show it all in one go. So now you've come to there and you've done your twist over open and you've done your next square knot. So at the end you now have 1, 2, 3, 4. You've done 5 knots in total. But do make sure you've made that crossover there.
Yeah, I've kind of got stuck on the last step there.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I tried to do it and then it didn't go right, and I'm not sure how to do it again.
Yeah. Yay! I can see better now. Okay. So you've done your first square, your second square, your third square that made your little loop, came down a little bit and did another square. Yeah, so that was your fourth square. Then what you did was, instead of just making your square knot as you normally do, you just literally flipped over the strings, because you're starting to run out of rope with these strings. Starting to run out of string. So you're just putting the 2 that are on the outside onto the inside. Yeah? So now you've still got your 4 ropes. So now just consider that you've got 4 ropes still. And ignore that has looped over itself. And just work at it as if you're still working with 4 strings. So you just do your same thing as you always did, which is a loop and then one going around the back. Yeah. And then I think
I got it now.
I think it came down around 10 centimeters or something. I can measure and tell you. I didn't on that one, what I did originally. Yeah, I actually did 10.
It looks so nice. I love the crossover bit. Makes me feel like I did something cool.
You did something. And the picot's nice as well. The picot's gonna look
Yeah.
when you see it hanging up, because it all looks looped at the moment, but when it hangs up, the little picot, see the little picot knots there? They really do kind of. Wait, yours are like mine.
I'm so excited. They look so nice on it. They add character, I think.
Yeah, there's loads of different things you can do to add character, and also like beads and stuff. Stick beads onto it before you go on to your next knot and stuff. You know.
Oh.
Yeah, there's loads of stuff you can do. It's just I knew we'd run out of time to start doing beading and things. So, is everyone cool?
Yes.
So we're going to forget that and go on and do the next 4. So pull your next 4 strings that you had.
Does it matter which side now?
Because they're all going to be the same. You're going to do all.
Yeah. I totally get you.
Just if you can, and this is why I was kind of recommending that if people could do it from a doorway, or if they have something to hold fast the loop, or if you sticky tape to your loop to the table or something, it's easier to have a bit of tension. That's why most people work from it where standing up. And in actual fact, when I started, I used to use this chair because it's really high back, and I'd just like twist it around and just put the loop, hang the loop there with a piece of string and then work from there. Because once you have a bit of tension, it's much easier. So what you guys are doing is actually a little bit harder than normal.
I have my loop sticky tape to my table.
Oh, good for you. Good part.
I've got mine hanging off my bed.
Great. There's another thing you can do, right? Don't tell anyone I told you this. But if you're sitting on your bed watching Netflix and your feet are out straight, you can use your big toe to hold the loop.
That's class.
Great.
That's such a
But
life
you
hack.
keep your socks on, but sort of hook it into your toe.
That's brilliant. I love that. So we just do the same thing again and just copy what we've already done.
And if you kind of keep it beside each other so that you know how much you've come down,
Yeah.
you're keeping them at the same place, but you're doing exactly the same thing all over again. You're doing a square knot, another square knot, one with a little gap to make a picot.
Like where does macrame come from? Like what is its
So they think there's always infighting as to where it come from, but people from Persia say it's Persian, and then the Turks claim it as theirs as well. So Turkish or Persian is where they can really trace it back to and no further. So they think that's where it came from, and then it became known as McNamara's lace.
Oh.
But as I was joking, saying, sure, that's the Irish trying to appropriate stuff as usual. But I don't know. I think the McNamara was because they probably just couldn't say macrame.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah. So the sailors took it on board, and then it became really, really popular around Italy because it was kind of Liguria was huge for all around Liguria, around Linum Terra Pisa, all around that area. It became huge for silk roads.
Oh.
They took it on there a huge amount, and then if you actually look closely at lace making, they're actually doing the same knots. It's just
Really?
much smaller basis, obviously. So what they do is they use threads and then they pin them to the boards with little like pins.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's very interesting. So yeah, started off. And then it gets revivals all the time.
And how long have you been doing this?
About not very long at all. About a year and a half.
That's long enough.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, because I've been putting the left one over every single time first, do you have to start with the left rope?
No, and in actual fact, if you're making a piece of work that mirrors itself, sometimes work on this side, you'll do the left first and then the right. And then if you're doing the other side, you'll flip it over in your brain and do the right first and then the left.
Okay.
And it means then that the knot on that square knot ends at a different side. So it gives a lovely symmetry when you're doing work. So you don't always have to go left or right now. And do you know those gorgeous twisty spirals you see? Let me see if I can see a little twisty spiral, because everybody knows the twisty spirals. Oh yeah. Do you know these guys? They look like DNA.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Those,
Oh, wow.
they are so easy to do. Will I tell you how to do those?
My
Yes,
God,
please.
You know when you
Trade
work,
secret.
trade secret. You know when you worked with your left cord first and then the right one?
Yeah.
Instead of swapping over, do that again. Left cord and follow through. Left cord, follow through. Left cord, follow through. And the rope automatically on its own, automatically.
Wow.
Yeah, I probably should have done some spirals with you today because people are always impressed by spirals. If you're gonna do spirals, you need a lot of rope. It eats up like 6 times the amount of the end work. So you have to allow for loads and loads of rope if you're gonna do a spiral.
As I said, like I love knots and stuff. I did scouts for years, and I actually used to do a bit of rock climbing as well. So I have the ropes from that too.
Oh,
And
amazing.
I've never actually delved into macrame, and I think I love it. Um,
Wow. And anyone who does sailing is always going, oh my God, why do I not do macrame? I've been around ropes for so long.
yeah, no, I think
You
I
have
love it.
great paracords and stuff that you can use from rock climbing.
Yeah,
They make really interesting stuff, you know?
yeah, because I've seen like bracelets and stuff being done with it, and I was like, ah, no, I don't think I could do that. But like, I know, I think I could.
Same thing. So if you're going to do with bracelets, you just get like 1 millimeter wide threads.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's the twist. It's that easy. You're doing the half of a square knot over and over and over again. So it's actually easier than anything.
that's so
Why I
cool.
was laughing saying there's literally 2 or 3 knots. Everyone thinks, oh, but there's millions, but there isn't. It's all,
There's variations.
yeah. Of course, I'm miles behind now because I haven't been concentrating. Well, yeah, that's it. And then just repeat it on the other side. So that when you've got 3 lengths done, let me know. So when you finish those 5 knots, don't forget to flip the last load inwards, in like that. So the camera setup needs to be improved, right?
I mean, I think this has been very functional.
Yeah.
Obviously, it would have been if COVID and stuff wasn't a thing, we could have definitely facilitated it in person or something.
Oh, it's so amazing doing it in person. And you know what? If we were doing it in person, I would have made you make something bigger and much more, like you would have been going away with more than just a plant hanger, because I find it difficult to show this on camera, and it's quite tricky to
Oh, it's incredibly hard.
somebody. It's much easier. I don't know, maybe I'm just a visual person. So we would have made wall hangings, and we would have made plant hangers, and we would have made, but anyway,
No, I think this is fab.
yeah, this will do.
Where are you based yourself?
Wicklow.
Ah, lovely.
And what other crafty things have you done?
Well, this semester so far, I suppose we're only 3 weeks in. So our first session back was a kind of like a games night. Well, it was a speed drawing, so it was just a bit of crack. And then last week we watched a craft show on Netflix. It's called Blown Away. It's glass blowing.
Oh wow!
So yeah.
My uncle would be a glass blower.
Oh no way.
I'd love to go to a glass blowing workshop. I watched the entire series and now I'm on this. I accidentally watched season 2 first, so I'm watching season 1 now and I'm obsessed. I'd love to do it.
That's amazing. Looks hard. I'd say it takes years to get.
Oh yeah, and you get so sweaty and hot, and they're all complaining about the
I've
heat.
seen that, yeah. I've done stained glass, but obviously it's not to the same intensity as glass blowing.
I wonder if Ireland has a hot shop.
Oh, it'd have to, I would imagine, probably somewhere down the back area of Connemara.
Or maybe like Belfast or something, of all places.
Why did you look it up?
No, I just imagine that everything is there, because it is.
But yeah, no, you would be our first, like, kind of, I suppose, taught class of this semester anyway. And then we have a girl coming on next week. She runs a small business on Etsy. She's actually one of my friends from home, but she does calligraphy.
Oh, lovely.
And then we're doing something Bob Ross themed the next week.
Oh, sweet.
And a museum tour as well, virtual ones. And then we have a lady, she's a cake maker from the Midlands.
Nice.
Yeah, she's actually my friend's mom, but she's an award-winning cake artist. She's really cool. Her name's Tanya. So she's gonna do kind of cupcake designs with us. And then I'm trying to think what else we have. I think think that's it in terms of those. And then we have a couple of like bring your own crafts, like showcase, show and tell kind of things. Yeah.
We also have a big convention that we're going to be putting on over the course of like 2 days where we'll be talking to creators. So if you feel like coming on, we'd be happy to have you.
Be more than happy. Yeah. Should be amazing.
Cool.
Just to share the inspiration, the process, preparation, all that.
Very nice.
I'm concentrating so hard.
Me too. I keep.
I hear you concentrating really good. You have to follow me on Instagram, by the way, guys.
Yes. I don't know if I do yet.
Yes, I should do it on my personal account now while I remember.
You don't have to do it this second now. Get back to your work, young lady.
Sorry, Mom. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what this looks like when it's done.
Oh, neither. Does anyone have any plans ready to go?
Yes.
Yes, I have a thriving little plant behind me that I can't wait to put in it.
I have a succulent.
It is a succulent, except my lighting is overexposed, so you can't really see him. But he's huge.
I have a big boy succulent as well.
Very nice.
He's just been thriving the past year.
Is there a limit on like any flower pot sizes that will fit into this?
No, we're going to come down a certain amount of inches, but you'll see by, okay, so there's the plant that I have in at the moment. It's only very big, but you can see, if I can hold this properly, you can see that by the way I stretch it, that like it would fit a much bigger plant in there.
Ah,
You can see that. Like,
that's the beauty of it.
we've made this bit quite short. I was a bit scabby. I probably shouldn't have sent you down 207. I sent down 200 centimeter lengths, and like if we went to 300 centimeter length, we would have gone like longer. So you can make them as big as long as you like, and then like once you know how to do that, just play around with the different lengths and stuff, and
That's so cool.
where the knots go.
Is it a special grade string?
Is it what?
Is it special grade or something? Do I need to buy a specific type of string, or can I just get it at an arts and crafts store?
You can get it at an arts and crafts store. You can
Okay.
buy. It's just called cotton cord.
Okay.
So yeah, you can get it anywhere.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I would have thought it'd be like, I don't know, super niche or something.
No, it's not super niche. Like I sell it as well, but I'm not going to tell you that because then I'm flogging stuff at you online.
Oh, do.
People do. Loads of people sell it. Like so.
Shameless plug.
But like Niamh said, you don't even have to use cotton. You can use paracords. Paracords are amazing looking on it. We've done them, especially because they come in like really crazy vibrant colors. We've done like really luminous pink and yellow kind of pieces. You don't have to. I have a link to a lovely video on YouTube, and it's a Spanish girl, and she doesn't speak during the video. It's not one of these, hi guys, welcome to my channel, and then 15 minutes later and you're like, when are we going to start? This lady literally comes on, and then you don't even see her, you just see her hands, and then you just see the 5 different knots that she makes. And I'm going to send you a link for that if you want to get into macrame, because it's literally genius. I watched it, and then after I watched it I went, okay, now I've got it, and then I never watched anything else again.
Yes, please.
Sounds perfect.
It's really good. There's no waffling or anything. I have the link here. I have the link here in front of me. So
I can't say my Spanish is very good.
She doesn't even speak Spanish. She doesn't speak in it at all.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. At least she doesn't speak.
She just comes on. She doesn't. You don't even see her. I actually only know it's a girl from her channel. But you just see hands doing the knots. I think it's in Spanish, but like it doesn't matter. She literally has, unlike me, she has great hand action.
You have brilliant hand action. I mean, we're all here doing it, so it's got to stand testament to.
This is true. How are we getting on, guys?
Good.
I'm finished.
I just decided to redo one little knot at the end, but I'm almost there.
I'm gonna redo one as well because it's like marginally shorter than the rest, and it's right at the bottom, so it's fine.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And that's probably because you're laying on a table. When you're, as I said, when you have these hanging up, it's much easier visually to get the idea. Now, a lot of people do use pieces of card to measure the knots exactly between each one. So like if you had, you know, a piece of cardboard or the back of a cornflake packet sort of thing, which I don't have in front of me, they literally use, like, they'll measure out 6 inches or like 4 inches or 2 centimeters or wherever they want, and then they'll stick it between string and then they'll create their knot. So that you'll get
wow.
exactly the right size each time. Do you see that?
Yeah, I'm 100% not that kind of person.
But honestly, like, that's a little bit science rather than art, if you ask me.
Okay, yeah, that'll do. It's a little bit wonky, but it's beautiful.
But that's the beauty of it. Wonky's good.
I like to say that art is human error.
Exactly.
The second two that I did are really even, and then the middle one's a little bit like doing its own thing.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
It gives it character.
Character. Anyway, look, if you want, you can go back and redo it after the, you know, during the
No,
week.
I love it.
Yeah. But if you wanted to, you could go back and do it. Sure, it's extra practice for
I'll
you.
make another one. I'll go buy stuff and make another one.
So, yeah, so that's what you end up with. And then we're done. We're finished. Thanks, guys. Bye. So,
No.
everyone had fallen asleep. For your next step, where am I going with this?
Are we now looking at the bottom of this?
Yeah, there you are. There is my 3 loads of 4 strings coming down. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All you're doing is, on camera, don't fail me now. Right, so to get your netted effect, all you're going to be doing next is, so you can lay out all of the 4 together, all the 12 strings. You're going to take 2 from one side and 2 from the other one. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to tie that with, what are we going to tie it with?
The square knot.
Or not.
Does it matter how long it is now?
It would be very nice if you could give it, did I give it 10? About 8 centimeters, like.
Because I realized that I thought my ropes were even, but they're not. So now I'm coming towards the end of this. So I'm wondering, is there much more, or should I just wait it out?
There isn't much more left, but you should have, if you did your little flippy thing up here that we were talking about, you should have an even kind of amount of rope.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that I did it wrong on the loop, and I thought I'd had them even, but they're not.
Okay. Will we? Are we allowed to keep going, or do
I
you
think
want?
so. No, I'll worst comes worst,
Work
I'll
out.
catch up some other time.
Okay. So
You can deal with the repercussions, Neve.
I can do, yeah.
We move ahead.
sorry,
Go on
and
without
praise
me.
no man gets left behind. No, that's not here. That we're moving on without you, love.
Yeah.
I'd probably, yeah, like I said, about 8 centimeters down, and you're taking 2 ropes from one side, 2 ropes from the other, and throwing a square knot here in the middle. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Are we doing that the whole way across, or?
Yeah, as in the next 2 and the next 2. Yeah, this is so much easier to do long enough, guys. But no, there you go. Thanks, COVID. Like, if you need me to send you the stuff down, Neve, I will. But like,
No, it's my fault. I did it wrong. I was too excited.
Those two together, and then you just take the 2 from that side, 2 from the next, and you join them as well. Here.
This is so magical. And then, yes, then you take the last 4, is it, and do the same with those?
Or you join those. Now, because you've created those knots at the outside, I'd kind of flip it over and then join them. I don't know if I can explain what I mean by that. Like, don't bend them into each other right now. Oh, wait. Don't take these and bend them into each other, because then your little knots will be inside out a little bit. Just flip it around. Yeah, but like you say, ooh, have I lost you? Yeah, like exactly what you said there. Just get those 2 and those 2, and bring them to the middle and do the square knot.
Yeah.
As well.
I'm there, I have it.
And you're good there, are you?
Yeah.
Woohoo!
We made it. Almost.
Almost. So that's that piece. Am I still there? Yeah. So have you done that? You've joined all.
Yeah. I have my.
Now what you need to do. Sorry, so you've got 4, 4, and 4.
Wait, could you go back to the third kind of joint? Did you say like you have to flip it or something?
If this was hanging up, it wouldn't really matter. It's what I'm trying to explain to you is you want it to be because it's 3-dimensional, you want the joins to be even all the way around. So yeah, just flip your work if that's okay. Just flip it over. And then take the 2 from each side and pull them in together. And do a square knot. Does that make sense? Have I lost anyone?
Yeah. No, I'll be fine, I think.
Yeah. Yours is there, isn't it, Isabel?
Yeah, I'm just making sure it's okay.
Like you might notice that it might be more twisted than, like when you're finished, you might be like, no, I wish I hadn't twisted it that way. But look, we're doing it on straight on a board. You're not supposed to do it straight. Just be hanging up. So it's harder to work from. But sure, look, just join them together. You'll be grand.
It's hard like when you're a perfectionist.
Yeah. I'm in that boat.
Well, like perfection has to go out the window with like Zoom calls. Sorry.
That's so harsh, but so true.
Yeah. If I was beside you, we'd be flying. But yeah, it's harder. It's harder even to explain things.
Yeah, that's just
Even point off there myself. Yeah. So have you got your 4 and 4 and 4?
Yes.
Or I undo mine just to show you that's how I'm actually.
I have new groups of 4, yeah.
Oh, this is so twisted.
Yeah, so you have this going on
Yeah.
now. And I'll just join that one because I undid it. Yeah. Now what you're going to do is exactly what you did there. You're going to get the 2 to join back with the other 2. So you're ending up with this dot. Let me show you there. There. You're ending up with a diamond shape. So you're gathering the 2 that were joined at the top back together again. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And how much kind of distance are we given this?
Again, about 8 centimeters.
And how many more knots are we doing?
1, which will be 8.
I'm just thinking because of the length of cord I have left. That's all.
Neve, if you need to, you can always adjust by pulling the knot up the 2 strings and then kind of jimmying the knot.
And I actually just. Oh. Interesting.
Is jimmying a phrase? I don't think so.
Jesus, you know so much about macrame. It's actually a technical term.
I'm finding those joints like really hard for some reason. Like for some, she's not as steady as the other ones.
You're finding which?
You know the joints that we're making now, or the knots that we're doing now. I'm finding them like way more difficult than the other ones.
That's because they're not hanging up. It's because you're doing them flat. Like even I'm finding them ridiculous.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Like just try and when you make the knot, like I'm even finding them ridiculous because we're doing it flat. But when you make the knot, are you saying you're kind of finding it a bit loose or something?
No, as in like the first ones that we were doing, like the first set or whatever, I found like steadier or something. Found it steadier to do them. Like it's fine. It's just.
I think it's because you were higher up the rope and there was more tension, and now we're getting down and it's looped.
Yeah, that's probably
Harder to control. Honestly, if this was hanging from your door, if you have the little loop hanging from your door handle, you'd lash through this with no bother.
I'll do that next time.
Yeah.
Like I have it taped to my desk, and it is secure enough. I'm just not probably not putting it tight enough. Oh well.
Yeah. So you ended up with this kind of diamond pattern, yeah? At the end of it. Last thing you could do is more square knots and then you're done. So all you do is, okay, so you get your 2 from each opposing strand again. Does that make sense what I'm saying? But this time you don't go far down, you bring the knot right up, pull the 2 knots together, do you know what I'm saying? Instead of leaving a gap, you just pull it all the way to the top so that it's right underneath the other knot.
Wait, so what is this last bit we're doing? Sorry.
You're doing exactly the same thing as you did the last time. You're taking your 2 opposing strings, so 2 from one side of the string and 2 from the other knot.
Oh yeah.
doing what you did before, but instead of leaving a gap at all, you know the way you were leaving like 8 centimeter gap.
Yeah, just like the picot kind of knot, or just two together.
No, you just pull it all the way to the top of
Oh.
that knot. See the way?
Yeah, I get you. Super, thank you.
Shit.
I'm just realizing that I way overshot the 8 centimeters. It's like 14, so I'm
No, but hold on, before you don't do anything. Are you out of room? Are you out of rope?
I was, so I've shimmied it up a bit, yeah.
I was awful greedy with the rope. I think I should have spent more.
No, there's no worries about it. I think I started too low down at the beginning.
Did Zola Jane, do you have yours made? Did I see one made? I thought I saw one made there.
We definitely made it like each part way too long, so we're redoing it.
Oh no.
Now we know how to do it, so it's
Yeah,
fine.
but we're good. Yeah.
Okay. Because once you've made those last few square knots right beside each other, tight together, it's made. That's it made. Like you can literally pop a plant into it. Well, all going well, you should just be able to literally pop a plant in. And we haven't even done the gathering knot at the bottom yet.
Oh God, no, not another one. I don't have anything left.
No. Your gathering knot comes with your extra string that I gave you.
Oh, thank God.
Do you remember I gave you 2 spare strings?
I do, yeah. Oh, I have that here. Lovely.
Is that what it's called? Gathering? No.
A gathering knot is just that loop-de-loop knot that you did at the start. There's a few different ones you can do, and you don't even have to do the gathering knot, but you know.
I think that I did this.
I think the gathering knot is really pretty.
Oh, mine's fairly crooked, but it's working.
I think mine is probably fairly crooked. I've just lashed it together because I was trying to do it there from from flat.
From the table.
I have no idea what I did at the bottom. It's all tangled, but I'm proud of it regardless. I do not think a plant will sit in it, but it's fine.
It's still very cute.
Oh,
Yeah. I'll suss it. Once we get this last thing done, I think I can like flip it or something. It'll be alright. It'll be fine.
it's really heavy. I like this. Oh, this is so cool.
Yeah. And don't forget, Tori, you're gathering knot at the start. Now I've left mine like that, it's all over the place. Trim that tight and then tuck it in with like a blunt piece of scissors. Just, so you have so that it's gorgeous at the end. Which you can do later.
Okay.
That's what you should end up with.
Yay.
Okay.
So exciting.
Anybody?
Oh, I just smacked my earphone out of my face.
I'm nearly there.
Yeah, okay, cool.
So I'm supposed to cut this piece off.
Sure, yeah, because that was only the thing you had tight, so cut it quite tight, and then use and then use the top of your scissors to literally poke it inside itself.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's not a technical term as Sean had, but look, I'm trying. And actually, like, you can do anything you like at the start at this length. That's just to add a bit of prettiness. The secret, even if you started and didn't do any design at all, if you started like from the start, like say Zola, you wanted to start right now, you could literally bring all your 4 strings down to here, like down, a foot or so, because the structure of the plant hanger is 1, 2, 3 knots. So you're knotting 4 together, and then you're splitting the 2 off with another 2 and knotting it, and then splitting it off again and knotting it. So it's the whole structure of the plant hanger is literally based on 1, 2, 3 knots. And then 1 underneath the 3 knots to hold it in place.
So after the second 8-centimeter knot, is it 2 square knots or 2 knots together there?
Yeah, like you'll do, so after your second one, you'll do a set of square knots really tightly underneath. So you'll join 2 from the opposite of each 4 strings, and you'll tie them together really tightly underneath that one. That's what causes the secure base then at the bottom. You see here? I've got a square knot.
Yeah,
And
perfect.
I've joined another square knot right underneath it. And that's what actually stops the plant from falling out. Some people don't do another square knot at the end. They just use the gathering knot just to gather all the rope together. But honestly, if that gathering rope ever cuts, then your plant is going to smash onto the floor. So I think you're better off doing that. It's really secure. And you don't even have to do another knot if you don't ever feel like looking at knots ever again.
It's another task of me trying to figure out how to get my plant inside it. Oh my god, wait. Oh,
Trying to figure out your plant is still inside. Don't try and redo your work with your plant still inside. That's not going to end well.
wait. Something's gone a bit wonky.
I think what has happened in your case, Niamh, I think, is that you've joined.
Yeah, I think I know what I did.
Yeah. Have you
Yeah.
not joined the same ones together again, or?
Yeah, I think maybe. Although, we may have liftoff if I can figure it. Wait.
Woohoo! I like yours, Isabel. Quick, throw a cup or something in if you don't have a plant to hand.
I have a fake one.
Wait, I think mine's okay now.
Oh, that looks very nice. Oh, very good. Show me.
I think mine's okay now.
It
Is it?
is.
Did I do it okay?
Yeah.
Hey. So what do we do at the end then? Do we just leave it like?
So then for the end, so what you like. So what we normally do here is do another gathering now, but I'm aware that it's about midnight by this stage. Not really, but you know. So if you want, we can do another gathering knot there underneath.
Oh, I did one already.
And then what you do is like, see the way my strings are kind of, some are longer than the others.
Yeah.
Trim it till it's a nice, just give it a nice cut till it's,
Does it matter how like long or whatever? Like, is
no, it's up to your personal taste. How
it like
you
if I trim it, it's not gonna like my plant's not gonna go whomp.
No, because we've given it that lovely second secure knot at the bottom.
All right, okay. So,
That's what's holding the plant in, you know.
all right, class.
So unless you put right up to that knot, it's not going to. And then what a lot of people would do then is they'll unfurl the string. So that's
Yeah, and make it all fuzzy.
and it'll be lovely and wavy. And then if you use the brush, the wee tangle teaser or your cat comb, you can brush it out even more and it'll become really floofy. So I don't know whether will I do another gathering knot? You all know how to do gathering knot now, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So there's no point in me doing another one.
I'm afraid to cut the bottom of it.
Don't be afraid.
Okay,
Just
I
give it a nice cut there, somewhere
like
there.
no quarantine fringe. I just kind of committed to it. And we can cut these straggler bits from the knot as well, can we? Like the bits that come out when you pull it, the gathering knot. Can I cut them as well? So you know you have the gathering knot, and then you put the thing through the hole, and you pull it. Can I cut the bit at the top?
Yes.
Okay.
Cut the piece at the top and the piece at the bottom if there's any left straggly. Just any pieces that are left straggly. Just clip them quite close to the.
Yeah.
And then use your scissors to just kind of tuck it in.
Well.
Yeah.
Yeah. There she is.
Very nice. Oh, I like it. Do you like it?
I do. I love it.
Yeah, good.
Very proud of myself. I found a workaround with the bit that was wonky. It's now just at the top, but you can't really notice it. It's fine.
Yeah. They're never perfect anyway. Like that's the
Yeah.
That's what they are.
It kind of, I don't know if you can see, but it doesn't. It's not like exactly straight. Like they're not.
Oh, I know. It's twisted. The reason that twist happened was because we were doing it flat. That will never happen to you again, I promise.
That's all right. I'm not too fussed. I like it anyway.
It will never happen. It'll be really neat.
I love it.
It's very tricky to try and do it from tabletops on Zoom.
Oh no, I love it anyway.
I'll come back and I'll show you guys, like when we're out of quarantine, God, we'll make some amazing things.
I'll be back anytime.
Because you can make some really brilliant stuff.
I'm delighted with myself. I'm gonna have to start putting hooks in all the ceilings around my house.
Yep.
Yeah, I was wondering where I'm gonna hang this off. Because like my flower pot is kind of heavy, so I don't know what will work.
What will sustain the flower pot?
The end of like a curtain rail should work.
That's a brilliant idea. Thank you.
And here.
Ooh, yeah.
Or even the middle of the curtain rail, if it kind of undoes, you know, you could, yeah,
Yeah.
curtain rail.
That's a really good idea.
Is that where all the millennials put their flower pots?
Yes.
Thank you for sharing the secret with us. I'm delighted. I'm so happy.
Yay, good.
I put a knitted plant in mine because I couldn't find any big ones.
Oh, that's so cute. How did Daddy will see it? Oh,
Ah,
gorgeous. And that's going to look even better with a bigger pot as well.
Yeah.
Very
If we could
nice.
find another one that might.
And all you need to do for any of you that trim at the end, then make it nice and neat, or fringe it or whatever. Neve, you're pure made up, aren't you?
oh yeah, I'm delighted myself. I've been looking forward to this all day.
Oh, I'm really happy to see you being happy about it. That's really cool.
Yeah, well, like I think this was decent first attempt.
It's gorgeous. They're all really lovely. Oh, that's lovely with the bottle in it, Isabel.
Yeah, I like
Oh, so pretty.
And the amazing
like
thing
lavender.
at the end is that even with a heavy bottle, even if that gathering, see the gathering knot that you did at the end, which is gorgeous.
Yeah.
If that fell off tomorrow, the bottle still won't fall off because
Yeah.
you've got a really tight knot there.
There's one place here where it's kind of twisted, but
Yeah,
I didn't
and that's literally because you were trying to do it from flat on the table or flat on your bed.
I like the fact that yours isn't like mine's. My what's this called? That knot.
Yeah.
That it's like lower. Where you have it, Isabel. Yeah, I like that. That it's lower.
thank you.
Yeah, they're cool. Both of them look really good. I like them. I like them at the top and the bottom.
I'm so happy. I can't wait to do
Did yours work, Sean? Did it work?
I think so.
Oh, that's so nice.
Lovely.
That's so cool.
It's funny how everyone's looks different, even though we did the same knots.
It's so true.
They're cute.
I love them.
I'm so happy. We'll definitely have to do this again.
Yeah, you could make wall hangings, you know, just like our dream catchers or something.
Oh, so cute.
I love to do a dream catcher. Oh my
Yeah, dream catchers are really good fun. And we could do them really fast. They're probably even easier than the plant hanger in a way. How
Amazing.
cute
How
are
many
they?
different
Look
knots
at
did you
these
use?
plant hangers.
Find a place to hang it.
I'm gonna try and take the knob off my curtain and pull.
Yeah, and then hang it on. That would be
Mm.
perfect.
If I can get the knob off.
It's probably the most perfect place for it actually, because like it's holding the curtain up. It's definitely going to hold your plant up.
I'd hope so. So what would be like your favorite thing to make? Like if you were to like out of like all of like would it be like the wall hangings, the dream catchers, the plant holders, like what or other something else?
Yeah, I love making wall hangings. And my favorite thing at the moment is watching some Russian lady who's doing jackets.
Oh.
And she has certain type of knots going around this part there, and then it's it's just amazing. It's insane.
Wow.
So just watching them. I love when they get 3D. You can make brilliant like pouffets and cushions and stuff.
Oh,
I love anything that kind of I like the plant hangers, but they're very quick. Like, and once you start kind of playing around with it, you start getting really greedy, wanting to make like bigger and better and better and better. So yeah,
Like
like
most things, yeah.
yeah, there's so many things, and you can make brilliant Christmas decorations as well that look fab. Actually,
Oh,
yeah, you can make really cute Christmas decorations. You know, covered stars and all sorts. Yeah,
oh,
yeah, really cute stuff.
that's amazing. I love learning these new things. I think it's so much fun.
Cool.
I wonder if everyone has theirs finished, we could get a picture of everyone holding them up, or
Oh,
like
yeah.
take a screenshot of it.
Yeah.
I was so like,
Good.
Fiona still has to finish though.
It's okay. You can definitely take a picture. We're gonna be a while. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you think it's nearly there?
No, that's so weird. But it's okay. Yeah, we can send a picture to you guys when we're done.
Okay, we
Amazing.
can.
Send it to me as well, Isabel.
Yeah, so I'll send it around.
Oh, cool.
Does everyone wanna hold theirs up?
Oh my goodness.
I'll get it in action, ready to go.
My arm's not long enough.
Okay.
I
Yeah, make
have
it look like it's there.
I have a pot that we made last semester. The rabbit.
Here's one I made
Oh.
earlier.
Wow.
That's so nice.
There. Wait a sec.
My arm is dying.
Yeah, I think I got it. Yeah, I got it.
I hope I'm not blinking because I do that in photos.
No, you're not thinking.
Amazing. I always blink in photos.
How is yours, Katie? Did you get it finished?
Oh,
Look.
Amazing.
Oh, that's so good.
I love your
Honestly,
plant
that
too.
plant is quite big, so it looks fab in it, doesn't it?
I was delighted.
So good.
Good job.
I'm gonna tighten my loopy knots. Technical words. There we go.
My plant isn't doing the best at the moment, but I got a bigger one.
That is brilliant. That's so good. I love it. And so if you worked with longer strings, so they were 200 centimeters, and when they're doubled over, they were 100 each to make 1200 strings. If you worked with like 300 or 400 or 500 centimeters long, you could make those spiral twists that we were talking about.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. But they use up a savage amount of rope.
And it's just the same thing, except instead of swapping sides, you just do it all on one side.
Yeah, you make that L shape and you do it, and then you do the L shape on the same side again and do it.
Ah, and you just keep going with that, yeah.
Really fast. But it does. It makes the same. What can I do it there? You probably won't be able to do it.
And it's only one size that you can make that way. Is it just like one size of the DNA, the swirl thing that you can
Oh, if you did it on the other side, your DNA will come out the other way. So
no,
if
I
you're
can you make them like enlarge or something, or is it like the one that you showed us? Is that how big they're gonna get, or and how small?
you can okay, well that's with 4 ropes, and that's the size of the DNA. But if you had like 8 ropes here, and then you had those in the middle, and you worked the other 2, then yeah, the spiral would get much wider.
Okay.
But yeah, you're literally doing the same thing all the time. So it's actually easier than a square knot. Isn't that mad? And it looks better, as in it looks like it's quite complicated. People will be like, wow.
I really enjoyed this.
Me too.
Me too.
And it was something I'd never tried before.
No, it's gone really fashionable again. Gone really fashionable, and everybody's so mad into like plant hangers and stuff. So I don't know if you can see that because the camera's not brilliant. But
No, we can definitely see it.
like you can see it already starting to twist on itself.
Yeah.
That is so satisfying. I was like struggling with mine, and here you are with your twists and you're playing this. Jeez.
Oh, here, lads, it is so meditative. Like if you're stressed out and you start doing this, because you're concentrating on doing something with your hands, like it's just, you just zone out. Like it's so good for your brain. Really meditative and chilling.
Love that kind of thing.
Cool.
Well, thank you so much. I've had such a good time.
It was seeing everybody holding up their plant hangers and looking really pleased with themselves. So
I am delighted with myself.
good. I'm really happy. God, it's great to see everyone delighted at the end. Yeah, give those spirals a go if you get a chance. Look at how cute they come out. They're Maddie.
Definitely.
Pick it up and be brilliant at it.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
But no, like thank you so much. It was so good. I love trying new things, and it's so hard to kind of get that interaction, I suppose. That's not just like through a YouTube video or something like that, you know. So it's so good.
Like honestly, you'll probably the link for the YouTube video I'm sending you. She's much better at showing her hands to the camera. I'll have to practice that. But so you'd pick it up really good from that. But yeah, you're good. Thanks a lot for your time, guys.
Thank you so
much. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks
and if anyone wants macrame cord, Fiona sells it. So
amazing.
check her store out.
I'm not here for that reason. You can get it anywhere. You really can. So I'll send you guys a link to that video, and I'll send you a quick pattern as well for the.
Oh.
We'll have to try it out.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks.
Thanks so much.
See.
Cheers. Bye.
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 Well, that was good.
That was
Okay, I'm gonna dip off now as well, but it was so nice making things with you guys this week. For anyone who's still around, we're doing calligraphy next week. There's a girl who owns an Etsy shop doing it with us, so that'll be exciting. So yeah, we look forward to seeing you next week.
And the recipe convention.
I do actually. I don't know if you guys saw on our socials, but at the moment we're trying to put together kind of like an like an expo, and it's sort of going to be featured on like a virtual exhibition page, so like almost like a museum. You can walk around, you can see everything. Well, walk. But yeah, so what we're doing at the moment is we're trying to collect recipes. So if you're making dinner and it's something you like, if you can snap a photo of it and just send it in through our Google form, which is in our link tree on our Instagram. And even if you have the recipe, if you could pop that with it, if you don't, a link to it would be super. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. It'll close next Friday, so if you can get them in before then, I think that's everything. Bye.
Yay. Bye bye.